How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie is a book that will help you making you worry free for sure. This is book will guide your path to inner peace and happiness. It will also teach you to proactive and how to be an action taking person rather than worrying about something. If you worry about things and people, this is book is just written for you. Dale Carnegie is one of the best sellers of self-help book. He's written about 60 best-selling books. How to Stop Worrying and Start Living is the one of the most popular self-help book by Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie says that he wrote this book because he was unhappy with his life and hated his position in life. He became sick and worrying about the issue of happening in his life. Introduction. This book shows the author's real life experiences and how he was found solution for them. This book aims to lead the reader to more enjoyable and fulfilling life, helping them become more aware of themselves and around them. How to Stop Worrying and Start Living has been translated into 85 languages. In this book, author gives two tips how to stop worrying about issue, and he has divided this book into 8 sections. Section 1: Fundamental Facts You Should Know About Worry. In section 1, the author says you should know your worries basic facts. We are worry about one or other person, but we should know the reason for that worry. To care less about worries, start caring more about present tasks and goals. The author says that we always worry about our future, but we should understand that whatever we do in a present will give us a promising future. Write down what you do want in future on a piece on paper and stick it on the wall of your bedside. Listen and every morning and work on priority basis. For example, if you want to buy a house, you should not just sit and think I need more money, how will buy it, but you should start working on it. The first thought is budget setting. The second should be where or when I should buy. If you work in a such direction, the author says you will reach the result without worrying about it. The author also says that we should analyze your progress regularly, then think of ways to improve how you use these principles. The author says we should always focus on the present and keep the past and future in their respective places. Most times, when you are worried, you think of the past and then blame yourself for things then what went wrong. But if you are apply this principle, you may remove many tensions. We should not become anxious about the future. Understand that good thinking effect analysis and that then it is result in logical and optimistic planning. The author also says when you plan something, plan it is worst situation. Also prepare yourself for the worst case. From this is what happens in your mind agrees to the worst crisis, and this is relaxed positive energy which gives you strength to fight against the worst situation. The author is also focusing on what worry can do to you. He says the primarily cause of worrying is fear. When you know the effects of worrying, you automatically stop worrying. Researchers say that when a person is under state or worrying continuously, they harm their physical functionality, can suffer from their disease, high blood pressures, heart disease, and uriasis. If worry less, your life will be extended. When you worry about something, review on your worry and find the facts for that worry. Then analyze each point critically and reach the solution. If you have genuine facts, you will be get lot of clarity, increasing your anxiety. In such situation, ask question to yourself, like ask yourself what the worst possible outcome is if you can't solve your problem or achieve your goal. Mentally prepare to expect this worst if it comes, and if possible make plan B. The calmly improve upon the worst possible outcome, and you can improve from there. What is problem and what is the cause of it, what are possible solutions and which one is the best out of it. Situation 2: how to break worry habit before it breaks you. Keep busy. Author says that occupying yourself with one or other things. Research how shows that the human mind can't think of many things simultaneously. It means that we can be happy and worry the same time. When we occupy our minds with activity we like, our minds generate a call of positive thoughts. Therefore, doctors use occupational therapy with anxiety patients. So, the author suggests being busy and occupying your mind somewhere else to avoid worrying. Don't focus about trifles. Don't permit little things to run your life. The author says that we should stop worrying about minor issues to gain mental peace. Avoid trivial things. When such mirror issue happen, change your focus so your mind is on essential matters. Always remember that the life is too short. No one ever gets upset with such things. Cooperate with the inevitable. The author says is no logic is fighting against what will happen, instead of this is what if that will happen, and them take the best of it. There is only logic to worry about if you can risk the situation, but if you can't, you should move ahead and go on. Section 3, ways to cultivate the mental attitude then will bring you peace and happiness. 1. Fill your mind with peace, courage, health, and hope. This is author says the upper dominating minds and thoughts create reality. If you continuously think about the bad things that will happen to me, this is thought will dominate your mind and it will come into existence. For example, if you develop the idea of not having enough money to buy a house, this is thought will dominate our mind for a long time, and for many years we will not have enough money to buy a home. 2. Try to avoid getting into conflicts even with your enemies. Here, the author is saying that we should not take revenge on anyone. This is only pays us, not them. Instead, continuously develop the habit of forgiving. Don't be one of those people who wait for karma to take a toll. 3. Expect gratitude. The author says the remember that the only way to find happiness is not to expect gratitude but give for the joy of giving. Some when we do a favor to someone, and if a person is not saying thank you, we should not worry about it. For count your blessing, not the troubles. In addition, the author is also saying that we should count our blessing, not our troubles. This is means we should calculate what we have, not worry about what we don't have. Instead, we should consider how to get what we want have. This is gives us more strength to overcome worry. 5. Find yourself and be yourself. The author says that knowing ourselves is the most essential adventure of your life, discovering who are and what capabilities I have. Finding ourselves may sound like an inherently self-centered goal, but it is a unselfish process at the roots of everything we do. The author suggests that we must find out of in which area we are good and in which size we are not good. Find our position, fashion, procedures efforts, and continuous efforts produce results. 6. Try to profit of your losses. The author is trying to teach you that if you are figure out how to turn a negative into a positive, you will always be moving ahead in life. Always look for the benefits. Here, the author is trying to say that his life gives you a lemon, make lemonade is a means considering the lessons you could learn from a challenging situation. Many people who being life with significant handicaps become great achievers as they overcome their weakness. Section 4, the perfect way to conquer worry. First, pray. The author says that prayers have great power. It keeps you inspired. Pray will help you to give voice to what troubling you. This is gives a positive feeling that you are sharing your problems and aren't alone. Hence, you will get a new sense of energy to solve your troubles, to live in a present. We always wear that we should live in a present, don't worry about the past and don't worry about the future. But how can this is happen in today's fast pace and hectic schedules? Most of us a base of level anxiety, stress, and unhappiness as the new norm. But this is tendency to get sucked into the past and the future can leave you prospectively one about out of feeling out touch with yourselves. Living in the present means being aware of and mindful of what is happening now. We are not distracted by re-mentions on the past or worries about the future, but centered on the here and now. Sections 5, how to keep from worrying about criticism. Remember that Unjust criticism is often a disease compliment. Here, author explains jealousy and in way when someone criticizes you, remember that the criticizer is feeling more critical. It is usually means that you are accomplishing something and are worthy of attention. This is gives only satisfaction to be a attacker. Analyze your own mistakes and criticize yourself. It can be a excruciating when you feel in something essential towards whatever in a relationships at work or at school. This is experience continuously fatigue or minds with a hell lot of thoughts. Now ask yourself how we think we are and how we want to be. A research say that people who blame adverse events are more likely to become depressed and suffer from health issue. But finding out our mistakes and constructively criticizing yourselves involves as a optimistic explanatory style focusing on specific and modifiable areas needing improvement. Section 6, 6 ways to prevent fatigue and worry and keep your energy and spirits high. Rest before you get tried. The author says that when you are tried mentally and physically, there is always a warning sign that you are losing energy. The author suggests here that we try to find ways to rest and relax before those warning signs become overwhelming symptoms, which will be harder to create your future. To learn the relax at your work, the author says though that other workplace is always place where we get stressed out. To avoid such worries, you can consistently interact with people outside of the work related tasks. Take a walk and get fresh air, or walk away from your desk and take a quick break from tech tasks at hand. This is will refresh your mind will at the office. Third, protect your health and appearance by relaxing at home. In this case, the author says we are always think that whatever we do outside of office and is relaxing either at a park or a restaurant, but we should remember that what you do outside the office can also impact our work regarding attention, energy, and mood. Of course, no one can deny having fun outside the office, but relaxing and sitting at home, we can give more relaxing time than any other place. For good working habit that will help prevent fatigue and worry, we always like to be a place that is a clean and neat. TD areas give negative feelings to our minds and create fatigue or anxious thoughts. Here, the author suggests four good working habits to avoid worry. Clear your decks of your papers, expect those relating to immediate problems or tasks. Do things in the order of their importance. When you face a problem, solve it them, and there is you have all facts needed to decide. Learn to organize, deputize, and supervise. 5. Put enthusiasm into your work. The author says our work is not exciting and refreshing, but how we will take it also matters. How you approach your job tasks and co co-workers can make a big difference. Whatever work we have at your workplace that we must do anyhow. So smile and do it. This is gives good feelings rather than making faces and doing it. 6. Don't worry about insomnia. The author says you don't get enough sleep when worrying about something, and the new worry will start. Why I am not getting enough sleep? So, what comes first is insomnia or worry. Rather than thinking about insomnia, we should think the relaxation of techniques to